Greetings Gundam fans! This is going to be kind of a double review for the Zeta Plus A1 test colors and the Zeta Plus A1 Unicorn version. And here is the unboxing of the Unicorn version kit. The manual is exactly the same as the test color manual, because it's basically 99% the same. But for the new parts, you have this little booklet included. While everything else in the box is being shown, allow me to babble for a bit. The test color version / Amuro version is quite rare nowadays, but last year I lucked into getting one on Facebook Marketplace from a guy selling some backlog. And if you notice, it has the red Bandai logo, which means it was produced a long time ago. The dude I got it from must have had it in storage for a long while. For the Unicorn version kit, meanwhile, I was able to buy this from the official Bandai store for just $25 frickin' dollars. It's always awesome to get Gunpla at retail price rather than scalped prices. And here's the kit during various stages in its assembly. As you know, I basically only do straight builds with panel lines and water slides, but this time I wanted to do a bit of coloring due to how gray the kit is. And I did it with the DSPIAE brand soft tip markers. Don't ask me how to pronounce that properly, I have no idea either. So I added some white, black, and silver highlights to the kit. So this is how it's supposed to look without any modifications or coloring. So the V-fins are gray, I colored it white, and it had some other details painted white as well, and some other details like this panel line I made an effort making it silver, and some of the trim I turned into black, like for that in the waist and here on the wings. Like I said earlier, this kit is too gray, like 95% gray. So I decided to add some colors, and the end result, in my opinion, looks very, very good. Much better compared to a mostly gray mobile suit. The kit also comes with some optional parts, allowing you to turn the Zeta Plus A1 into the Zeta Plus A2. The A2 was used as a test bed for the double Zeta's high mega cannon. Yes, you heard that right. This high mega cannon. Anyway, moving on. On the right we have the rear of the default Zeta Plus A1, and on the left I kit bashed this other A1 with some parts from my scrapped Zeta Plus C1, namely the thrusters and the connector for those thrusters. Alright, let's move on to the equipment. First is the beam rifle. It is the same design as the beam rifle of the default A1 kit, but it's molded in a slightly different color of plastic. Same with the shield, exactly the same shape, just different colors. Ditto with the beam sabers. They plug into the hip when not in use. And for something new, we have the Rizel beam rifle. It comes with the Unicorn version A1 kit, and this here is the smart gun from the Zeta Plus C1. My C1 is already in scrap condition, so might as well use it for this A1 kit. That's what my thinking was anyway. Moving on, let's take a look at the articulation of this kit. For the head, Not much you can do in terms of motion. You can only turn left and right so much. Up and down, not too much as well. The arms, meanwhile, they have a pretty good range of motion. You can move it up there with the shoulder joints, and the elbow has a good range of motion as well. And you can turn to the left or to the right. You can actually do it all the way around. And you have the old style hands, which are not very good. The waist cannons can swivel forward into its shooting motion, and the legs, you can flare them outwards that much, and they can move forward and back pretty much 90 degrees forward and to the back as well, although I don't show it here. And for the knees, it is a decent amount of a motion range. Well, more than decent, I misspoke. And for the feet, moving it forward, not so much. But towards tilting it backwards, there is a good range in that direction. And the flaps on front and back, you can move them up and down. And of course, you can open the cockpit. There's a pilot figure inside, although you can't see it because of the shadow. But yeah. As for the backpack, this one, what do you call this? The tail binder moves up and down. So do the thrusters from the C1, the Zeta Plus C1 that I kit bashed. Can move up and down as well. And the wings can, the lower part can move that way, and you can change the angles on the whole thing to flare it outwards and move it to the left and right for a bit of movement as well. Oh, and you can attach the Riesel beam rifle to the side of the wing binders because of a new part included in the kit. Okay, let's transform the Zeta Plus into Waverider mode. First, you fold the V-fin inwards towards the middle, and then you lift up the torso. In general, I'm going to be very slow because I am scared of us snapping anything. It's been known to happen. And once you get that torso up, you press the head downwards into the chest cavity. And then you fold the shoulder armor downwards. And there's a tab you can flip open on the wings. You do that now. And then pinch the abs together. Afterwards, there's this clip on the crotch area. Unclip it so that you can move the legs. So you move it this way, and there's a kind of a tab there which you insert into another part on the rear armor, and then rotate the legs downwards so that they face, so that they're in line with the torso. And then you fold the arms inwards into the torso cavity as well. Straighten the arms as you needed, and then get the shield. Fold the connector this way, and fold out the tab towards the that is placed on the bottom part of the shield, and then you connect said shield to the cockpit area like this, and then unfold the tail binder towards the feet of the mobile suit. And then you rotate the wing binders upwards and then to the side, and then rotate the waist cannons as well towards the back, and then rotate the wing binders downwards into this shape. And then there's a square recess there, which you insert the tabs that you unfolded earlier, and then rotate the cannons towards the front or the nose of the mobile suit, and manipulate the feet like so, and fold them towards the back, and close the both the flaps onto the feet. And then fold the knees towards the back into into this shape. And attach the beam rifle. There's a tab that unfolds, and attach it to the area where the tail binder is. There's somewhere you can insert it, and there it is. Here we have the Zeta Plus A1 in Waverider mode. This will be probably the only time I will transform this, because it's a freaking pain in the ass. There are also some things you can attach to the bottom, so you can have it on the ground, like the airplane landing gear. Yeah, that's the term, landing gear. So I just chose not to put them right now. Okay, pros, cons, and my thoughts. First con is that this kit does not have waterslide decals, only stickers. And that sucks, because this is a P Bandai kit. You expect the waterslide decals. Next, it has the absolutely ancient hand type. It has no tabs like with the modern kits and modern weapons, so most things that you try to have this MS hold, they just fall off. Next, the articulation and posability of this isn't good. So, because of the transformation mechanism, the torso is static, and the legs have a limited articulation due to the joint design. And there are also very significant seam lines, like this one along the side of the leg. And the kit also does not have specialized connectors for action bases like most modern kits. Okay, for pros in the meantime, it has extra stuff included in the box, like the Rizel beam rifle, even though it has the old beam rifle included as well. So you have two beam rifles in this kit, which is good. And you also have the parts to transform the A1 head into the A2 head. The A2 was a test bed for the Double Zeta's high mega cannon, and I love the combination of the Zeta face and said high mega cannon. Alright, moving on to my thoughts on this model kit. First, practically all of the cons stem from the fact that this model kit is ancient. If I'm not mistaken, this kit got released way back in 2001. Yes, 2001. Gundam Seed wasn't even out at that time. So yeah, the hands, the articulation or lack thereof, and the seam lines, it's because this kit is old as hell. And it also sucks that it doesn't come with waterslide decals by default. It's a good thing I have lots of spares, so that's what I used instead of the stickers, which I hate. Moving on from the bashing, one thing I really loved in this kit is that you can transform the head into the A2 configuration, because who doesn't love high mega cannons? Once I did that, I saw that the combination of the Zeta face with the high mega cannon actually really looks very cool, so that's one big positive. And while this mobile suit may have a lot of issues, looking good is not one of them. In spite of its age, I think the Zeta Plus kit still looks very good, just in terms of aesthetics. I've got no complaints there. Although you may not be able to put it into very dynamic poses, you can get it into a good enough position in terms of posing that it can look very menacing and very cool. Another positive for me, although this one is not included inside the box of this particular Gunpla, is that I was able to use parts from my scrap Zeta Plus C1. I bought the C1 kit, more than 15 years ago, I think. But a couple of years back, I was transforming it into Waverider mode, and then very important parts in that crotch area snapped. I think this happened because of the age of the plastic and because the kit sometimes got exposed to direct sunlight, which is a very big no-no, which I didn't know back then. And so it was hopeless to get that fixed, but I kept the scrap around, and luckily the default color of that C1 is almost the same as this A1 unicorn version, and so I was able to do a bit of kit bashing, and the results look very good. And I think the best part out of all of this is that I was able to get this kit at retail price. This whole thing just cost me $25, and that's with shipping already. No scalper price, it's just what the price should be, so this is very good for 25 bucks. And okay, that's it for my review, kind of a dual review of the Zeta Plus A1 in Amaro colors and the Zeta Plus A1 unicorn version. I hope this was useful for you. Thank you very much for watching.